Nathan Wilson, Dean Bradley, and their children had just returned to their home in New South Wales, Australia, from their Christmas vacation. It had been an exciting trip, but the children wanted to come back a day early so they could play with their two dogs. Before they even dropped off their bags at home, the family packed into their car and made a beeline for the dog hotel. They had left their two dogs, a curly-haired retriever named Charlotte and a rescued greyhound named Baron, at a place called Jane's Pet Resort in nearby Newcastle, New South Wales, while they were away. However, when the family arrived at the resort, they were in for quite a shock. At the desk, with their son, aged 11, standing by, Nathan and Dean were informed that they would only be taking one of their dogs home that day. The facility informed them that Baron had suddenly died while they were away. Nathan and Dean, not to mention their son, were beyond upset. They were also totally confused, and for a very good reason. After all, Baron was only 3 years old and completely healthy when they dropped him off 6 days prior. What could have caused his death? Nathan couldn't believe the way he, his partner, and his son were treated by the staff, nor could he believe what had happened to their poor dog. The tragic circumstances of Baron's death began to haunt him right away. To get to the bottom of things, Nathan and Dean brought Baron's body to a nearby veterinarian, who was able to determine the cause of death as a combination of heat stroke and dehydration. The vet confirmed what Nathan and his partner already knew: Baron's death had been totally preventable. Nathan believed that the staff at Jane's Pet Resort didn't even try to keep the dogs cool in the stifling Australian heat. After all, when they arrived home, their surviving dog, Charlotte, immediately collapsed as a result of heat stroke. Thankfully, she recovered. Stephen Williams, the owner of Jane's Pet Resort, denied that the staff was responsible for Baron's death. According to him, he was just as shocked by the passing of the dog as Nathan and Dean were, and he believed that Baron was provided with adequate care. While the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in New South Wales investigated the incident at the resort and the conditions of the pet boarding facility, Stephen began to receive death threats from people all around the world who had heard Baron's story. Meanwhile, Nathan and Dean continued to struggle with the loss of their beloved Baron and expressed concern for the other animals staying at Jane's Pet Resort. They still had their beloved Charlotte to console them, but they worried that she would never fully recover from what happened during her stay at the kennel. Hopefully, Nathan and Dean's tragic loss can prevent other senseless deaths at boarding facilities. This is just such a heart-rending tragedy. Share this sad story with your friends.